In this lesson, we're going to learn how to create spherical terrains inside of View. Alright, now spherical terrains are created a little bit differently than the previous types of terrains that we've learned about. Now, spherical terrains are created by going to File, Options, and then underneath the Units and Coordinates, you'll have a section called Spherical Scene. Now, in order to create a spherical terrain, we need to create a spherical scene. So let's check that, and then we're going to hit OK on this. Now, in order to see a spherical terrain, or a planet, we need to use a planetary terrain. So let's hit OK on this, and then we'll go ahead and proceed by covering up any infinite procedural terrains. So we'll hit OK, and OK on this. And if we zoom out, well, let's go ahead and go to our side view and let's hit Frame All. Same thing with the top and the front. And in my side view, I'm going to grab my main camera, and I'm just going to move this back. Now you'll notice how it's rotating away from the planet. It's trying to point in the y direction of the orbit of this planet. So let's go ahead and rotate it back down toward the planet. And let's render this. Now what you're going to see here is kind of like the glow of an atmosphere on our planet itself, because that's all that exists on this planet. Alright, so let's hit OK. Now we can use an infinite terrain to cover up this entire planet itself. So let's go ahead and start a new document here, and let's just use default. We're not going to save that. And let's use an infinite terrain to cover up our planet. So let's right click and go to Infinite Terrains, and then we're going to use this blobby because it's very easy to see. So we're going to hit OK on this, and we're going to discard our old ground plane, and we'll hit yes for our sea level there. And let's go to File, Options, and Spherical Scene here. And again, it's going to give us that aerial warning, and we'll hit OK. And we're going to take our scene radius down. I'm going to take it pretty small so that way it's really easy to see here. And now we're going to check Use Planetary Terrains. Now it's going to say by switching, we're going to modify the shape of our infinite procedural terrain, and we're OK with that. Let's hit OK. And then we're going to hit OK on this as well. And let's zoom out here. So let's frame all, or frame selected here. You can see that we have our terrain. Let's do frame selected here as well, and here. And let's go ahead and grab our main camera in our view. Let's move this back and then rotate it. And I'm going to render out my main camera. And you'll see that we have this blobby terrain, and then we also have this glow that's coming from that sea level. Let's hit OK on this. Let's unhide that sea. Let's look at this, and now we've got water on our planet here. So we can change the size of our terrain and our sea by simply moving it. So if I grab my sea level and I drag this down in my Z direction, it's actually going to make it smaller. Right? So I'm not going to be able to see it at all here. Now it's not just moving it straight down. What it's doing is actually scaling that sea level down. So if I want to take my sea level back up, just scale this up here, and you'll see how that begins to pop out there. And then we can render that again, and there we have our sea with our terrain. So this is a quick way to create a planet type of scene here. It does take a little bit more refinement. You can continue to edit these terrains just like you would with any procedural terrain as well. So what we're going to do, and now that we've got acquainted with all of these different types of terrain, we're going to jump into the terrain editor and start to work with some of the different tools and begin learning the interface. So I'll see you there.